welcome back to our station. It's called Trend Africa NG, where we actually give out information as it comes to us. Okay, just for you to get all information, try to go to all our platform and type Trend Africa NG. The Africa is KA, not CA. I'm not here alone, I'm here with my wonderful friend.
Ojumawa, the Honorable. Once again, welcome to our program Face to Face.
Now that we actually have talked about, just in case you are just meeting up for the first time, previously we have talked about the APC issue. Now we are talking about the PDP. It's just like words and opposite right now. Now in PDP, we know that PDP presidential nomination form is 40 million, just like half a little quarter of what APC is actually receiving. And a lot of people actually have come to actually get the form, thinking that people in PDP should be more than APC, but unfortunately just a lower of that now. Okay, now what we are talking about, the background here is that two of those candidates have been actually disqualified, and unfortunately the national chairman of that, which is Dr. Chris, actually came out to say that these two people did not meet up to the requirement needed. So, Honorable, I want us to look into this. I really did not actually spell out the requirement after we have actually asked them what the requirement, because if you are talking about requirement, APC should give us a list lineup of requirements, but unfortunately everybody is getting the ticket, even the Emefiele. So okay, let's leave Emefiele out of it. What do you say about this?
Well, on that regard, since for the fact that they still fail to let us know their own requirement for disqualifying their candidate,
yes,
I think they still best known to them. But in respective of, I believe the number one requirement is going to be fund. Can you really fund your campaign if eventually you won the presidential ticket, or probably will you be able to give money to delegates? You know that in Nigeria, most of the things that really speaks in Nigeria is about what? Is about how much you can give the delegate and the party member the Ghana must go. So I think, since for the fact that they are hiding their requirement, to my own point of view, I might not be right, but I believe they know that they don't really have that money back to really finance. That's when they decided to quickly take them out of the picture before it gets late.
Okay, let's just look at these two people before we can actually conclude. Before we conclude that they don't have the money back, because so we heard that the APC actually said for you to finance your presidential aspiration,
yeah,
you must have like, if for presidency you must have up to like 5 billion for you to do that. That means talking about the campaign, talking about the post and all that, 5 billion should be in the confile for you. That means all these people have all this 5 billion. Look at it. The former lawmaker Cosmos Indukwe and a US-based medical doctor. You know what that is,
yeah,
all right? Which is Onwachuku is in this picture. These two people. For you to work in US as a doctor, you know what I'm talking about. Not ordinary doctor, a top-ranked doctor, and a lawmaker in Nigeria. You know what it is. You are actually in the picture of money. So look at these two people. Are you seeing that? With all the pedigree and the title they have to their names, they don't have the money to actually pursue this presidential admission.
As we all know, he said, is practicing in US, and you know how their own politics works. They don't really put more of money into politics like that. So many of them, they do their campaign on fundraising. And when they look at plus minus, they're like, how will I get 5 billion to campaign for presidency? It's a lot sum of money. But I decided to raise up my hospital to some standard, and I decided to do some more of a humanitarian service to be even more better. So I think the way at which they view politics in their own part of the world is very from the Nigeria home. Because I think I'm still talking from someone that I know as well, that came all the way from US to Nigeria to contest for House of Rep. You know, the way at which they are looking at, they'll just be spending money unnecessarily. They are not into Nigerian politics that far. So when you are asking them for some money, you're like, money for what? Money for what? Because you look at it, we come to come and serve the masses. Why will it be are we the one going to spend such a lot of money? So you won't see them want to spend such a lot of money to do like, oh, these people they know. They'll start giving us grammar. So that's the more reason.
Okay, now that we have talked about those two people disqualified, I know that by now their money should be refunded to them. Let us move down to Atiku and the Northerners. And we know before now, we hear that the Northerners are actually having a kind of a more like a brotherly backing up here, and we know the like of Kwankwaso and Atiku is in the picture, saying that we remember Atiku was actually raining fire,
yes,
saying that if he did not go for the presidential, PDP would die. Now I think that Atiku has not been talking for the past days right now. I've not actually heard it, but this is the real thing. The Northerners came out to say that the issue about zoning should not be brought to the picture, to the board right now.
Yeah.
Because they are saying that the time zoning was actually written out into the constitution is not more like it should affect them. That means they really want to go for this time, right? What do you say? I think the first two is Kwankwaso and Atiku. What will you say about these two people? Do they have the power? Do they have the ability to go for these presidential next come 2023?
I believe PDP House is still not in order yet, because they are the one that make the law about zoning, and they should be fair enough to still follow the zoning pattern they've started since 1999. You understand? Because if care is not taken, once the house itself got destroyed, there's nothing they can do. You understand? Automatically, the other party, either APC or ANCC, whatever, might take the day. So, but to my own side of the view is that they should still agree on which part of the zone should go for the presidency, and let every other person involved collectively raise that person up. If they should be fair enough, very fair enough, Southeast have been so faithful to PDP. So right now, I believe they ought to give the ticket to the Southeast. Let any of the Southeast, the Igbo, the typical Igbo, the Indigo, let them purchase the presidential ticket, and let the other party member collectively raise them up.
Okay, now let us look at from what you just said. You talked about the Southeast and all that, and I have two people in mind, right? You're talking about the likes of Wike and Obi. And from here, we know that normally on most times we have done almost our predictions, and it came to pass. So let us do another prediction right now. What do you think can actually fall in that picture if come June 3rd? Because INEC have told them whatever you want to do it.
Yeah.
June 3rd is the time of primary, no extension. What do you think the Igbos will actually bring out to represent them in the next primary election under PDP?
Well, naturally, looking at the public view, both the physical, both online and every other means, many people still go for Peter Obi as the best candidate from the Southeast. Mm-hmm. So, but we don't know how the party member is going to view it or whatever. But I think the best person, if PDP is going to go for Southeast, I think the best person they ought to be able to present out that list as majority of the people should be Peter Obi.
Okay, Peter Obi. We might actually round up right now, but unfortunately we are not mentioning good luck Billy Jonathan in this picture. Don't think that we are going to mention his name. We are not going to do that at all. Okay, for us to actually round up right now, the INEC have said June 3rd is the date for all primary.
Yes.
And there's no extension. If by now the both parties are still selling the nomination ticket, do you think these two parties can actually meet up to the deadline INEC have given to them?
Well, I'm not, because actually the main two party, APC and PDP, they are still having issue within their camp.
Yes.
And up to now, I just want to believe that they are still scared of each other. They don't know who the party will present. So I think they are trying to be a little bit diplomatic. But irrespective of how it's going to be, I think by now they have already have a lot of time for them to sit back and have a consensus to have a credible candidate that will represent each other party platform.
Okay, now that we have talked about it, and Honorable is so political in his decision today, and I think I want to go by that as well, so that they will not say that it is honorable and MC Dab that said this, or Identity Direct, so to say, AKAs and all that. We are not going to move away from actually telling you that you should go to our platform and do the normals, just the Trendy Africa NG, and this is Face to Face. I'm not here alone.
Ojumaiwa.
And from here we'll be saying
bye bye.